Does this man perform exceptional heals? Ooh, look at that. Yeah, I never care for the new model, so I just stick with them. Or with the old. Yeah, look at this hacks. GM, help, help. There's an underappreciated beast lord, Haxing. So yeah, this door right here is open with the nest charm, and it doesn't port you or nothing. It's right over there. But so you can let one person can get a whole raid inside. But the most inner gate to Bishmatar is where you need the 9 pages. Actually, that door's right here. When you have the 9 pages from tier 1 through tier 3, you hand them into this goblin, and then I think he gives you an item or tells you to go talk to this headmaster guy. I think he gives you the like combined pages, and then you hand them to the headmaster, and then you get a key. I've only done it on my warrior. I should have done it on another tomb by now, but I've been too lazy. Can't remember what key is. I think it's headmaster. Yeah, the headmaster Groglog's skeleton key. Oh, there's crashing. So just be a little bit longer. What server? Just custom stuff. Yeah, this is the Stormhaven on EQ emulator. It's the Legend server. Nico or Nico. Yeah, you can do a lot of stuff solo, but eventually you need to team up with other people. Like the zone I'm doing right now. Like when I was first doing it, I was fortunate enough to have some other people playing that were willing to group up and raid up, and with like 5 to 6 real life players and about 12 tunes, we were able to tackle this raid zone and then the following raid zones. But right now, I'm doing like a how-to video. The next zone on this server is Dranic. So when I got my warrior like Dranic level geared, and I was able to finally like back farm this zone. I couldn't do all the mobs, but as I got more geared and more familiar with the fights, I came up with little strategies that work for me. And so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm kind of going through and showing a how-to video. But yeah, it's the Stormhaven server. Great server. People always come back, like Bummy here. He's been playing since like 08, 09 like myself. He just randomly logs in like myself. He's great. We got a Discord. We chat in there. Forums. www.epicdawn.com. You want to check it out? One thing I always tell people is that like custom legit to me is it's great because you get the feeling of progression without needing like hordes of people. You don't have to worry about GM corruption on this particular server, and then you get things like if you die, you don't have to run back to your corpse. You don't lose your items or your XP. There's a central hub that ports you to zone. So I love custom legit servers, and this is one of the best, if not the best. Yeah, definitely check it out. But like, even someone like 6 or 12 boxing come to the server, like you would not come to the nest and just knock it out. You need like higher gear levels. But even if you don't find someone or you don't like to group up, there's a ton to do just solo, and there's hours and hours to have fun with. Oh, thank you, Bear. I feel like I'm starting through it. Oh, so you can use titanium. I'm using underfoot. You probably would want to use at least underfoot or the Ring of Fear too. Not the Ring of Fear. Whatever the latest one is. any client will work with this particular server, but to get the most bang for your buck, I would recommend the Underfoot. But you could do quite a bit. Titanium's the only client, and I appreciate you actually asking that. And MacroQuest is obviously illegal. The only thing that's like not legal with MacroQuest is the warping and AFK like macro, so like AFK XP. SOF, to my understanding, is like the least stable client ever. But more power to you. Oh, so Bear's here, so I'll move on. So this door right here, you need the Nest Charm, as I mentioned earlier. One of the doors is open only by melee, and I had to highlight this in exclamation point, exclamation point. If you were someone like new to the server and you somehow joined a guild that was like in the next raid zone or 2 raid zones, let's just say you got power geared. You want to make sure that you click this door with your Nest Charm. I don't have my Nest Charm. I have a charm that's beyond this charm. But basically, you want to add it to your keyring. So this left door is actually for casters. It says it's locked, you're not holding the key. But the right door, and it can't be the contributor charm. It has to be the Nest Charm. So the right one, you open with the melee charm. And then the left one, you open with the caster. And before you upgrade your charm or switch it to a contributor, you're going to want to click this door with every tune to make sure that you got the key. Because I've seen people upgrade their charm and then they can never downgrade and never get the key. So make sure to note that. So you can open the door and let whoever you want in. Again, that's an S. But there's one more door in the very inner sanctum to Vishmatar that can only be opened once again with pages 1 through 9, which page 1 through 3 drops in tier 1 and the next 3 in tier 2, so on. One other thing, since I find myself on the map, do not detour Deathstone Monolith. It will kill you, so don't go down there. I drop Uber loot. Don't follow the chest or don't follow the map. But it's pretty simple to get to the Vish. Just don't make a wrong turn. And it could be fun going through these tunnels and having your tunes get stuck on some of the walls. It's to kill you. It's basically a way of Kane saying, "Don't go over here, motherfucker." Oh, and then another point I wanted to make, Nico, was that this is like some servers are like paid to win. Like you pretty much have to contribute to make progress. This server, you can contribute, but it doesn't give you like any advantage that's like so overpowering or needed. Basically allows you to like no drop trade item to someone like 1 time per week, and a few other perks. But it doesn't give you like gear or anything like that, or nothing overpowering, because I know that's a deterrent from some of the custom legit servers. So I want to throw that out there. Yeah, the spoiler is free. This is the most inner gate where you need that fish key. But again, I only have it on my warrior. I get to open the doors and let my raid in, so I pretty much always have my warrior on me, but it still would be nice. But me, if you miss out, you miss out. So you'll notice all these mobs, we'll be dealing with this later, but you just leave them be for now. Basically at 50%, I might as well explain it now. I'll be running. At 50%, fish will go into like a hibernation period. And you got 13 minutes to go kill the like a mini name in these 4 caverns. So if you have a bigger raid, you can split up and kill them off. I'm just gonna go one by one, and it's a time thing. There's also like little drakelings that are spawning, and I'm gonna have fun dealing with that because I'm not used to killing that many ads. You'll see what I'm talking about. This would actually be interesting because I haven't done this fight in a while and it's changed a little bit. Oh, I can go up here and it'll be fine. Basically, you gotta hail to start the fight with fish. This doesn't work like the live version of fish. Like, these Archlich of Dreadspire, they actually just despawn. I don't know if they did anything in the past. My guess is they were part of the event and then they were probably just nerfed or taken or AK and did away with them. Bummy might know. But I mean, were these Archlich or Dreadspire ever a part of this event? Not a big deal. While he's answering that, so to go back to those tier 4 dragons. So the first one with the golem ads, he had 4 mil HP, and then the other one had 5 mil. So I think the first mob in the zone has like 2.5 mil, 3 mil around there. All right. So fish will start off the fight. These 2 golems don't come into the mix until the last 20%. So Vish will start pounding on me, and basically there's a gimmick with this fight. There's 2 dragons in here that are near death. Vishmatar will cast Fear and pretty much everyone go flailing away, and Vishmatar will take turns going back and forth between these 2 dragons. If one of them shall die, you lose the fight. Basically, Vishmatar succeeds in his mission, and then he goes like he goes apeshit, and you lose the fight. You can still beat it, but you won't get the loot. So yeah, he'll beat on these 2. At 75% health, Vishmatar will spawn 2 shadow ads that can hit pretty hard. If you kill them, they respawn, so you basically have to just do, you just have to handle them. So I just off-tank them. And then, so you basically have to deal with that until 50%, and then he will go into what I dub hibernation. And that's when I'll have to go and kill the 4 groups of mobs. When you read the wiki, by the way, the wiki is a great resource for all these content. It has guides. It's like the Bible. But when you read this fight, it sounds like a lot, and it is a lot, but actually when you do the fight, you start to get the hang of it, and it's not that bad. But it's a very fun fight. It's well designed. So at 50%, we kill the 4 ads, and then we come back here and re-engage Vishmatar, and he'll go back and forth between these 2 dragons again. Again, if one of them should die, you lose. So it's kind of like a DPS check, a DPS raise. When they get down to 20%, you can used to charm them, but now you can just heal them. So you can heal them to keep them up, but that's only at 20%. Another thing that happens at 20% is these constructs of shadow go live, so you have to off-tank them or kill them. I just choose to kill them. So basically at 20, it's 20 or 25%, you're healing whoever dragon Fish is being on, and killing the shadow, so it's a lot. I'll just start the fight. And also he has the emotes where he's like breath attack, attack on the side, and tail attack, tail whip. So Click my overhaste one more time here. I like to get my characters a little bit closer. Actually, fish always goes to this side. Oh, and by the way, if you fall off the edge, basically there's these little orange teleporters down there. If you run over one, or if you click it, I forget which, but it'll port you back up here if you happen to fall off the edge. Ooh, almost didn't start my so this macro, all this does is AF cleric. Basically, if my warrior reaches what I dub what I set to 80 HP, you can randomize it, but at 80 he'll heal my warrior, so it just alleviates some of the macro healing from me. So this mob's not root, so I do have to be careful of the aggro. Can you block the AoE with anything? The Bard Song can resist some of it, but I don't think you can, like, there's nothing you can do with the wall tank in it. And everyone's so close anyway, because you're going to find that we're right on the edge. Like, we're going to be way over here with Vishmatar, so there's no way that anyone could actually heal and avoid the AE. Oh, hail. I would have killed you where you stand, foolish ones, but you indeed done me a great service. For that I may spare you. No, the AoE is not line of sight. Service. I thank you. Your feeble rampage through every tunnel of the nest provided my minions a perfect distraction to obtain the final requirement to complete our plan. Look before you, the last breaths of life in the two most ancient dragons to set foot in these lands. The slaying of their companions, Bon and Aerith, suck at these names, what was all that was required to finally break their will. Now the curse of the Dracolich will be completed, and the age of the dragons will return, and the alliance between Dragon and Dreadspire will rule this land. So I guess that's why these guys are here. A little plot. The raid zone before this is Dreadspire. Another really well done zone. And it's not the fights mimicked from live. They're all new, unique scripts. So yeah, basically this guy will go Draco if one of these die. And the lower the HP of these dragons, the harder Vishmatar hit. So if he goes Draco, he's hitting me for like 15k plus, which 4k hits wreak havoc on me. I spammed enough until I'm cursed. First, you bitch. Vishmatar's voice echoes through the cavern. It cannot be stopped. When the last of the powers drain from their weakened bodies and the very life hangs by the thread of my jaws will finish them, thereby sealing the curse and allowing the transformation to be completed. But I have now said too much, and I can sense your thoughts. You are foolish than I thought. You are more foolish than I thought, and you cannot speak. Are you prepared for death? Yes. Yes. Yeah, so Vish is hitting me for even 7k right now. So when he runs, he will do an AoE fear. It'll probably land on most of my tunes. You're just going to want to have them all gather back up, probably with your all follow button if you're boxing. You will lose aggro, so there I'm feared, but I just broke out of it. So I kind of like stop falling, and then I just kind of issue an all follow command. Pickpocket unsuccessful. Oh man. I might actually have to burn some disc here. Don't want him to go Draco on me. Warlord Sphere, he just does a few extra attacks. Help me get some aggro. I'm going to use my epic. I don't have any other epic, so I have to use my 3.0. But the click for the 2.5 and 2.0 are similar. It just increases my aggro and decreases the aggro of my companions. So yeah, right there I'm getting hit for 12k. So Vish is no joke. I want to make sure I get the long duration slow on him. Because soon I'll be dealing with the 2 ads. And again, you have to watch out for the breath attack, side attack, or tail whip. And there's the tail whip. So there's a life drain, shadow, and corporal. Oh. Got Bears group. Try to take them out. Again, you don't want to kill those because they'll respawn. Hopefully I got aggro on this too. Alright, can you just walk by me? Because I think they can min blur. And I avoided the tail emote on all my tunes. Can you bring that life drain? Thank you. Try and make this like no one was here. All right. Oh, so when I never knew that. Thank you. So when Vish emotes, they do lose aggro. I do remember them dropping aggro and being like, the fuck? But they're not hitting me that bad, so we're not missing out much if I'm not tanking them. But again, you don't want to kill them, because they'll just respawn and then you gotta try to pick up the aggro again. That's where having everyone kind of clustered over here works for dealing aggro. Back attack. I think that is his tail. The hitbox gets really finicky. So Vish is almost at 50, where he'll go in like a cocoon state. I think he said something about final transformation. Eventually, I was pretty sure that Vishmatar, yeah, he's hitting me for 12k now. I thought he went back and forth between the two dragons. So, this part of it, Vishmatar voice echoes through the cavern. You're proving to be more than a distraction. The time draws near. So it says barrier will fade in 12 minutes. So your tunes will warp to the spot here. But basically it's time to go kill the 4 guardians, if you will. I never really I've always killed these in time. I don't know what happens. I think Vishmatar just probably goes live and probably either summons you or probably just starts to wreak havoc on the dragons. Because again, it's like a timed event. So as this is going on, corrupt drakelings are popping from the eggs and they will like roam the area. Like they're avoiding me and just they'll be circling around here, and then it's a huge cluster. So you actually kind of want to clean them up as you go. Otherwise you're dealing with 20-40 of them. Here goes the drakeling. You can see them all. I'll go pick them up, because this is just the first spawning of these. I get a few more here. Yeah, and they're hitting for like 1k, so they're definitely nasty. So if you don't pick these off and they're just like wandering around, your caster can just get social aggro from a heal, and game over, man. Game over. Come hither, my cleric. That's why I always like to check the map. He was sitting there trying to heal me. Stupid cleric trying to heal me. So with your raid you can break up and kill these, or you can go all as one force. And these mobs are just rooted. Then there's the emote 10 minutes to a vicious barrier fades. You can see more corrupted drakeling spawning there. What's his dot doing? It is draining mana. Yeah, so I don't think you can kill the eggs or nothing like that. Like you just kind of gotta accept. I'll just let those drakelings go. And there's no particular order to do these in. I just do the closest one to kind of try to wrap them up before more egg spawn. So we're doing really good on time. We're on the 3rd one with 9 minutes left. But if you need to, actually you don't really have time to sit down and med. Basically you gotta get through this part, and then there's like a mob, you'll see that a barrier where you can choose the med at that point. And I'm looking at the map to make sure my tunes don't fall. You really want to make sure you have levitate to help ensure that you don't fall off the cliff really easy. Which with your stick command, always put like a UW, which stands for underwater. So when your tunes are following you, they're always looking up. Basically underwater means like they'll keep their head afloat. Like if they were sticking to you and you were going over water, they wouldn't like go they wouldn't drown on you. so that helps keep them high in the air with levitate. And see, actually my cleric fell. Not cool. Oh, I actually gotta do macro healing. Yeah. So you just look for one of these portals here. Get back to the top. Alright, so yeah, you do have to click it. About me showing off his legacy cloak that you can't get anymore. Not cool, bro. So Vishmatar casts Wall of Shadow, so basically we can kill the barrier now. I'm trying to regroup with my guys. Be nice on the cleric. That's Divine Barrier when I get in here. Or Divine Custody, whatever. Accept. Yeah, someone made quick work of those. Thank you. So basically you want to just make sure you clean up all the Drakelings before continuing the fight. Actually, this is going to bug me. This off my aggro list. Even if I hit auto, it just, well, of course it'll come back now, but even if I wasn't attacking, whatever. Oh, some zones, there's a mechanic like that and it won't drop from your extended target, but these eggs are being gracious. That was kind of neat. I actually got to show off the cleric actually falling, like the worst NPC. So again, if you need to med up, res up, you can do that now. The Vishmatar, and this is how good the GMs are. Like it even says like kill to activate Vishmatar. So you can wait until the 12 minutes are up, or you can kill this to move on. So yeah, get your buffs, reses, med, whatever you need to do. Smoke a cigarette, and then kill this. And then basically the Vishmatar fight will resume where it left off, so it kind of resets the way the fight started with the fish in the spot he's currently at, and then he'll do a fear and then run to one of the dragons. Here we go, so I'm ready. There, corrupted eggs are getting back on my target list. So it takes like a moment for these little barriers. If I run onto them right now, I'll get yo-yo back. You just wait a second. So I just kind of do the all follow to get my characters come back to me. Alright, got my Lanslow. So now it's pretty much so you can see the dragon's at 16 HP, so he's going to really start wreak havoc on the dragon. So I want to get these things down to 20 HP. I want to get Vish down to 20 real quick. This is the time when you want to definitely burn, because again, if the dragon dies, a Vish will go Draco, and Vish is also going to be hitting harder as they get closer to death. So there, Vish just did an emote to his AC rose. Throw on a little burn. Of course, one stack. Since he's stabbing. Oh, never mind. So now Vish is bouncing to the other dragon. So again, you're gonna want to make sure to tell your casters to follow, so they're in range to heal. Because right now my melee are sticking to Vish, but like my casters are not following. So the buff that was on Vish broke there. It's not really a big make or break on the encounter. Yep, and my cleric's nowhere in sight. Alright, so Vish just emoted, so the dragons became active. So Vish basically has like 100% like buff to kind of go through this. He's got 100% like melee mitigation buff right now to kind of go through this dialogue. But once this finished up, he's still beating on me. But once this finishes up, these two golems are going to go active, so I'm going to want to kill them. Now I can heal the dragon. So healing spells will work, but they got a ton of life. So it'll seem like it does nothing, but it is healing them. So I'm gonna keep my eye on the dragon. If your DPS is good, you don't really have to worry about healing. Poor pickup. Shows you what happens when I don't have extended target. You used to have to hail the dragon and basically make its pet. Oh, and the constructs have Wild Rampage. So Wild Rampage hits everyone in the Rampage room. So you definitely don't want your casters within, which I'm sure they are. But that's Wild Rampage. In case someone didn't know. All right. Now for Vish. So slow is still good. This dragon's not going anywhere. Well, it's one of those things that's just a catch-22, because if your DPS is low, Vish is going to eat these dragons more, and then he hits harder. And then the harder he hits, the faster he kills the dragon. So that's where, like, even if this thing got 10%, even if this dragon got down to 10%, I would still want to keep it healed up, because Vish could start chomping on him much harder. If, say, like, Fish was at 5% and this dragon was at 10%. It'd still be a good idea to keep him healed up. Plus he's going to be hitting your tank harder. And there is a chance of potentially wiping. So the warrior's basically been just casting commanding voice, which MQ2 melee does, which increases the group's chance to dodge by 20%. Other than that, he's not really doing anything. Sex Insult's just like a bellow. The boots are from raid. They just do aggro, so that's why I've been clicking. Increasing hate. The helm is also raid armor. It does a AE taunt, so those are those 2 clicks in case anyone's been watching and wondering, like, what do those boots do? Or the Sex Insult. Send the wolves. Oh. Summon Ranger Wolf Frost Crypt doesn't work. Why not? Oh. Why not? Because it doesn't work. The raid legs have a buff for the Ranger, but I'm just wearing LD on right now. For the sake of downgrading my gear. I'll use True Shot. Finish this up. Rogue, I'll just use Frenzy Stab. And the Bard, you will do nothing. You can see that dragon's taking a little bit more of a beating. With the Son in just in time. Oh, look at that. So you reward. See, someone could KS me right now. They could KS my chest. I won't let them. 5 silver is mine. So Vish will drop like a tier 1, tier 2 piece. And some other goodies. So that's a tier 1 caster. Tier 2 pure melee. Another tier 2 pure melee. Which is unfortunate for Bear because he's got mostly casters. Chain legs. 2 pairs of chain legs. So the Vishmatar scale, that's to make your BP. So you need the Dreadspire BP, Vish scale, and then 2 prismatic to make your Nest BP. So that's one item you definitely need from Dreadspire is the BP, and you upgrade it here. Very nice Hawk, so he's got 2, 5 AC, 400, 600. This range has Illusion Troll. That's pretty neat. It's a cool toy. This Rain is really good. I used this on my warrior for a long time. This click is very good. 30,000 Ruin mitigates 75% of melee damage. So it's a good oh shit button. Very good Rain. And then improved parry 6, so really good belt there. So that's some good fish loot. So that's the nest. I will leave highlighted videos tier 1 through 5. There's also a video where I just BS, so it's like preparing for the nest. You can watch that in case you're watching these out of order. I kind of go over the gear and preparing for the nest video, and in the tier 1 video kind of explaining how I came to this AC value to a back farm. Once again, show the video. Old school Kane, evil GM. Basically, I know I was at this particular gear level when I first started the nest. This is like tier 3 SOD and then some Dranic armor. And then here's actually me fighting and killing the Vishmatar for the first time with my guild. But then I have this screenshot where I was killing Soul Roll by myself at 44k HP. Back then, there was no double HP, and then 5k AC. I'm dual wielding. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. And then, this is the Dranic end boss. So I can just tell by the order of these screenshots that, and by the gear, that this was me full Dranic with 5600 AC and 46k HP with a shield. So shield tanking, always do first. And I can see a lot of the Vishmatar pieces on my back, belt. But always shield tank when you're new in the zone. It makes a huge difference. That's the difference between life and death. So I was at 46k HP and 5600 AC. So that's what I went for. I went for basically that AC level. And because of double HP, I couldn't get my HP much lower. It took me a while just to get the Augs, and that's why I had to leave some Frost Grip pieces in for the higher AC. But I got pretty good values. Like Draco tore me up still. If it wasn't for double HP, I very well could have wiped with not being as polished to the fight. And then I saw Vishmatar hitting me for 12k, which I know in my current gear, like, he's hitting me for like low 3Ks like all the time. So that's how I came to be with this, and that was the goal with this set of videos, was basically replicating when I had full Dranic armor and back farming for my alts, doing most of the fights. So I might do more videos in the future, but for the time being, I have no plans on doing Dranic or showing it. I'll help anyone, but I welcome anyone to come to the Stormhaven server. Very nice people. Send me a shout or say something on the boards or Discord. Any feedback about the videos appreciated, positive, negative, or if you'd like to see more, I welcome it. And with that said, I'll end the stream. Hi YouTube. Have a good one. Peace. Oh, and thanks Bummy and Bear for coming out. It was really fun having you guys tag along. So thank you. Bye.